Well, this is kind of an orphan video. I'm doing it for a fellow member of RPF, Flimzy. He's doing a 1/6 scale spinner, and I'm showing him a possible option for the rooftop police lights. I'm using here 12 NeoPixel nanos instead of discrete LEDs. The advantage being discrete, you'd have to bring out a wire for each LED unless you gang them up inside the light housing, but still you'd have to have a minimum of 4 wires coming out, and the amount of control is minimal at best. But the NeoPixels, you have absolute control because they're actually addressable LEDs. So right now what you're looking at is it slowed way down, and better to show the chase interval. This is 3, which means there's 3 LEDs off for every 4th one that's on. I believe that's how that works. And let's speed this up a little bit to kind of give you an idea. Oops, wrong way. There we go. I'm sorry, the camera is just getting saturated, and that's why I'm using the Post-it to help again reduce the amount of light, but it's just overdoing it. I hope the effect is enough. So now what we're going to do here is I'm going to come in and I'm going to change this chase interval to 4, which 3 is with the most amount, with the most LEDs on at any given time. This will be a few less. There'll only be 3 on instead of the 4, even though this is 4. That's the way the chase interval is with 12 LEDs. So here we go. There we go. I like this one the best because when it's spinning fast, it really maintains the spinning effect. If there's any skipping, that's actually the conflict between the rotational speed and the shutter speed of the camera. It's not really in the lighting effect itself. I like that. So now we're going to go to 6, and interval 6 you'll only have 2 LEDs on at any given time. Again, being these RGB, you can make the color anything you want. 16.7 million levels or shades. So you know, there's a lot more that you can do with NeoPixels that you can't do with LEDs. LEDs, the color is locked in unless you use RGB, and that even further complicates the wiring scheme. So this is, again, a pretty good effect. My favorite, again, is 4. So I hope this kind of gives you a good idea, Flimzy, what NeoPixels can do for you that possibly discrete LEDs won't. Just the fact that you only need 3 wires with these, no matter how many LEDs you use. It's as far as I'm concerned, the better approach to simulating a rotating police light. So let me stop this mindless rambling. Again, I really hate doing these videos, but I just wanted to give you guys and Flimzy an idea of what you can do with the NeoPixels. And again, sorry for the camera and the focus issues. Shouldn't have got rid of my good camera. Anyhow, let's now do the Pico camera, or Pico projector. Okay, so this is the little Pico projector that I had mentioned, and I was suggesting for the 1/6 scale spinner. This might be a good candidate for animating the dashboard and the little screen that's to the right of the pilot. This is the main board, obviously. It has a built-in MP4 player. There's a micro SD card here. This particular version is nice because it's basically standalone. You supply the power and it'll run a video. This is the projection head. It consists of a bright white LED, and there's an LCD screen in here, but this is an LCD on silicon, LCD OS. And it's kind of interesting because I believe it's a TFT, which means it has the thin film RGB transistors above the display rather than using an RGB LED and switching real quick. I say that because I only have 2 leads going into the LED. If it was RGB, there'd be 4, and it would be coming from the board because it would have to sit there and switch according to the grayscale that's on the LCD screen to create color. So it doesn't. So I think this is a little bit simpler to where it's actually the TFT style. But it's a very small screen, or a very small projector head, and it does a fairly decent job. So here, let me get this thing set up real fast here. I think I'll pause and get it powered up, and then we'll pick up when it's actually running. Hold on. Okay, give it a second here. It's gonna boot. There we go. I'm pretty sure this is going to be saturating my camera. Let's see if I can zoom in here to give you an idea of what this looks like, because really it's really unfair to, oops, yeah, I don't have macro. This is really a crappy camera. I'm shocked that Canon's little point and shoots have gotten so bad. I'm not sure if you can see what this is, but this is a really nice looking screen, and it's the main menu. It's showing video. Let's actually start a video. This happens to be going to be Battlestar Galactica here, and we'll let it boot up. And it's far sharper than what a TFT, unless it was an IPS display, which those are real expensive. I do have one here though. Where did it go? My hobby room's all torn up. I'm getting ready to move. I won't be doing it till May, but I like doing things ahead of time. But I guess I should start it. The hobby room's just torn up. I really don't want to be starting any new projects, even though I do want to do a quick video of my Macer Canon build, but I doubt you can see this, and it's really a shame, because I'll tell you, the resolution on this thing is gorgeous, and just by moving it back and forth I can control how big and how small I make it, and I think inside the spinner there's plenty of room, and then you just simply adjust the lens to focus it. So this is the Pico projector that I was talking about, Flimzy, so I'm not sure if this is any kind of thing you'd be interested in. I think you can still find them online, but I'll tell you, the image is just so bright, and have it backlight the dash and that other little screen, it would be quite striking. So let me end this video and get it up on YouTube, and then I'll post it in his thread. And I hope it kind of gives you some insight as to possible options other than discrete LEDs for your police lights. And when I get to one of your vacuum form covers and hopefully a base, I'll put it together and show you what it could look like. So I hope everybody has a great weekend, and I'll see you later. Bye.